feel harm in it like every day because I read something that said that that was like a lot better for you than like Yoplait or like any of the other.
It is, that's true. If you were, I mean, compared to other cow-based, yeah, exactly. But don't do the fat-free one, do like a low-fat one, because you need the fat to absorb the, you know, the minerals and vitamins that are in the yogurt. So that's important, okay? Yeah, never do fat-free products, okay, because they have more sugar in them. And you're better off with a little bit more fat and less sugar. It's just a better, healthier balance. Because you need fat to absorb vitamins and minerals from your food. That is really, really important. Okay, and that holds you longer. If you eat a lot of fat-free products, you're hungry very quickly. Okay, so it doesn't hold you as long.
What are the benefits of Greek yogurt, like compared to just a regular?
It has a lot more protein in it, and also the calcium content is higher. And you need protein to absorb calcium, so that's why that's a great absorption too. So that really helps. That's good. Very good.
I know this one's hard, but I was told also about yogurt that is sweetened does you don't absorb the calcium as much.
That's
if the
true.
sugar has been, if it's like say blueberry flavored, you're better off getting plain yogurt,
Yes.
and putting fruit in it, or
Absolutely.
putting honey or maple syrup in it yourself. But
Very
if it's
good,
been
yeah.
sitting, and it says it has live cultures, but the sugar is actually eaten
Eat
away
away,
all
yeah.
the live cultures.
Right.
That even in Stonyfield,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, the sugary ones. I mean, they're still not. It's still good food.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
is.
hard thing, is you don't want to say
Right.
don't eat anything. You have to
Or do, you know, choose one that has less sugar in it. Like look at the
Yeah.
different sugar contents and just choose one that has less sugar. But it is true because sugar does interfere with minerals and it interferes with calcium.
And I'm sorry, I'm
That's
talking
okay,
so much.
no, go ahead,
I'm
sure.
because I'm a premenopausal woman. I've been going to nutritionists for calcium issues, and so that was one of them.
Oh,
I was told
sure,
not to
yeah.
get pre-sweetened yogurt ever.
Yeah, no, that's true. That
I
is
do
true.
sometimes because that's what's there.
Right. But it does make a difference.
Yeah.
What about like the different milks, like skim milk, 1%?
Yeah, it's better to do a 1 or 2%
Than like
and
whole
preferably
milk?
organic. Whole milk is okay provided you can digest it. Some people find it too heavy, but if you can digest it, that's fine.
What about like
But it has to be organic.
unhomogenized milk?
That's even better. Yeah, but it's very hard to find that. That's the only thing.
That's what Jeff
Okay.
gets.
I recently, well, not recently, but I started drinking skim milk rather than like 1% because it's like, oh, it's better for you. There's no fat. Why?
Because it has more sugar and it has more sodium.
So they add sugar.
Well, they don't add sugar to the milk, but what happens is you remove the fat, proportionally the sugar content goes up. And you need a little bit of fat to absorb the vitamin A and D that's fortified to the milk, otherwise you don't absorb the vitamin A or the vitamin D. So that makes a huge difference. Yeah, because we talk about vitamin D to prevent injuries, that's really, really important.
Okay, genetically, the guys in my family aren't very tall. And I know like men are supposed to grow until they're like 21, like you're like anyone could be like 25.
Right.
But like say I kind of wanted to boost that. Is there like, should I be like eating, taking in more like calcium and protein, or like?
That would help.
Like,
That would definitely help.
or
And then just making sure you're taking enough calories too, if you're eating enough. Because if you're not eating enough, that also will interfere with growth.
right. And I think that's kind of like one of my problems here, like with my time like in between classes, like being able to go and like get like a certain amount. So I kind of am always thrown off with how many calories a day I'm eating versus how many I should be eating.
Right. Okay.
And I don't really know how to like figure that out.
Okay, sure. Actually, one way to figure that out, one of the other handouts on the VIA testing, that's the testing that we do in my office. And what that tells us, it tells us like how many calories when your body's at rest and you burn, and then you multiply that with a factor, your activity factor. So once we know how many hours a day you practice, we can figure that out for you. And then you'll have a really good idea of where you should be. It also measures muscle mass, it measures body fat, hydration, nutritional status, like are you getting enough nutrients, are you absorbing the nutrients better from your food? And this is a test that we offer for $50. So it's actually really a lot of value for the amount of information you get. And it's much more accurate than the caliper testing, or you know how some scales you step on and it tells you what your body fat is? Those are not accurate at all. Okay, this is what they use in hospitals to see how well the patient is doing, if they're getting better, if they're getting worse, regressing or progressing. So this can be really a useful tool to see where you are. It's very, very helpful. So I can tell you if you're hydrated or dehydrated, I can definitely give you a better idea of where you are. So that's very helpful. All right, okay, I'll take one more. All right, who hasn't asked a question yet? Okay.
I have a low iron level,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, I'm taking supplements, but is there anything else I can do that will
Yes,
raise it?
if you take vitamin C with the iron supplement that you're taking, that'll further enhance it.
Okay.
And then taking vitamin C with the protein meal will also enhance iron absorption too. And you don't need a lot of vitamin C, even like 250 milligrams or 500 milligrams, that in itself will make a big difference.
Okay.
But do like a neutral vitamin C, like the ester C. You don't want to do it an acidic vitamin C like ascorbic acid. Okay, good. All right, great. Okay, all right, sure. I mean, I just don't want you guys to run over. That's why I'm just worried about your time. Minimum for athletes is around anywhere from 250 to 300 milligrams. Exactly. Okay.
Just gonna ask that.
Sure.
Given the carbonation issue, what about those emergency packets that are carbonated, that are supposed to be a push of 1,000 milligrams of C? Or,
Right.
Does the carbonation just cancel out all the good components?
Actually, that's a very good question.
It's a big sell, all these fizzy drinks.
It does cancel out actually quite a bit of the vitamins that are in there. And emergency was something I used to recommend a lot of. But unfortunately, they've reformulated the emergencies, and many of them have aspartic acid in there. And aspartic acid is an amino acid that's used to make equal. Yeah. So it actually, it's not good for brain health, the aspartic acid. So that's why we don't
Stop drinking emergency.
Right, exactly. So you're much better off taking either a powdered vitamin C. Actually, that would be a better alternative. Much better
What
alternative.
about airborne?
Airborne, actually, I forget, is that carbonated or I forget if it's carbonated? Yeah, you see, the thing is, anything carbonated, ideally you want to avoid. I mean, once in a while to take it if you're not feeling well, if you're traveling, that's okay, but not something to take on a daily basis. Okay, so that's the key thing. All right, so that can really make a huge difference. But generally speaking, vitamins in a powdered form, again, the absorption is much better, so you always want to try and do those as much as you can. All right? Okay, so thank you so much for your attention, and I really wish you all success in your dancing. Sure, you're welcome. You're welcome.